What has changed ever since he arrived?
I mean, it's not only one-to-one change between Karn and Note, right? Casper has also been going back to some previous roles that he had when we had Ujerks as well. So I think we also wanted to put Casper back in those roles, especially on Cedar's side, just to give him those, get his numbers up on the Cid side a bit, right? But yeah, I mean, Karn and Note, they are different players. I would say maybe Note is more of a natural lurker as well, and he really wants to also rush first on some set pieces that we have on T side, which kind of suits us, right? And then, as I said, with Casper moving into more star positions, so to say, Note is there to fill. Some maps he's playing rotation, some maps he's playing like a semi-anchor, like the Ancient, for example, right? So I think on the server he's been a really good fit for us so far. He just needs experience, and there's only one way in getting that. So
after XSC Guangzhou, you mentioned in an interview that at times the communication was a little bit too hectic and it wasn't clear and it wasn't clean, the flow of it in general. So how do you target an issue like that and try and fix it over such a short period of time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like we've been going through a lot of strategic stuff, like protocols and things like this on every map, right? And I think that's just going to clean up the comms as well if people know exactly what they're doing and what's expected of them. You know, we didn't have that much practice with Note going into XSC as well, right? So I think we just need time as well is to go over a lot of basics and fundamentals, right? If you know what you're doing on every strat and everything, you need to talk less, right? And everything just flows naturally. So I think it's just key for us to also get some more practice in, honestly, and also play more officials together, because I think it's in the officials where you get the best practice.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm here with Boblana, coach of K27. How are you feeling? How is the team feeling heading into the event? Did you have enough time to prepare properly? Did you get online a little bit earlier to do a proper boot camp?
If we take about preparation, I don't think we had a lot of time to prepare because we had player changes. So also it was a player break for us. We had short time to prepare. Especially with a new player, also the attitude we bring in the last moment. So I believe we gotta do some tricks on the server.
Okay, you and the boys had a very good first season of the year, right? You were able to qualify for some LAN events, you played PGO Bucharest as well, which was kind of like the highlight. So how do you look back on the first 6 months of 2026? In what ways do you think the team grew, became better? What were the things that you would say you were able to work on the most and develop?
So basically we had 3 goals in the first season. First one and the most important was major. Second is to qualify for tier 1 events, and third to make it to top 20. I guess 2 out of 3 we made it, and sadly we didn't qualify on major. We made a lot of work, played, I believe, thousands and thousands of hours in CS. We fully sacrificed ourselves. We did a lot of work about our macro understanding. We just sacrificed a lot of time.
You played with Fame for a couple of weeks, right? Even more than a month. Why do you think things didn't work out for him to stay for the long run? What is the reason that you had to go and make that roster change? Do you feel like he maybe wasn't the right fit for the team, or was the story there?
I believe that Fame is a good player. It's not the in-game reasons why we didn't vote him. So it's about our organization. Like we couldn't afford such a player. He brought us a lot of experience last 2 months, but sadly we didn't end up in the deal.
Talk to me a little bit about Klax, because obviously he's now coming in. He's a little bit more of a supportive, passive player in comparison to Fame, who likes to get involved in the fights a little bit more. So what does that change for the way that you're going to play the game? Does that mean that some other people have to shift their roles a little bit? And what is your initial opinion on Klax as a player?
We didn't practice much with him, but I think he's not that passive that everyone thinks about him. He had some good aggressive plays in his backpack. So I think we will practice more after, and he will show up his best performance.
Okay, lastly, I had a chat with some of the other teams, and some people see you as one of the dark horses of the entire event. Do you see yourself the same way, you and the boys, as a team that could potentially upset, maybe even lift the trophy, regardless of the fact that you've just made a roster change and you haven't been able to practice a lot?
At that point, when we come on tournament with substitute, we have to do match by match. So it's good if we qualify to playoffs, it's good if we go to finals, but today we think about only one match.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For me, Nuke.
Yeah, Nuke? I was gonna say Nuke as well. We go with Nuke. I mean, it's hard for you to say, no? I would say Sus. Probably Sus. Huh? I don't know what I'm asking. Do you think? I can't remember.
No.
I mean, Apex probably has something.
Yeah, probably Apex.
Apex is pretty good. Did you say something maybe Len? That could also be an answer.
But not this year.
No, this year, not this year. No.
Not this year.
Okay. One word? I would say excited.
Yeah,
Excited?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Or, one song on repeat until I walk out.
A song from Bad Bunny, for example, something like this. Yeah. Yeah.
Bad Bunny, is that gonna give it away, bro? I don't even know, bro. It's because you will go with Bad Bunny in general. I like it actually. I could listen to Bad Bunny. Yeah. You're going Bad Bunny? Yeah, I'm going Bad Bunny as well. I don't know the lyrics, but it's vibe. It's a good vibe to go out to.
Forward, he'll know that it's going to be time to turn around soon, but Mopaz is caught out. Mopaz still dodges death once again. Managed to stay alive for so long. Quick first duel, and Gravity now suddenly has the advantage. Around the corner goes Mopaz, loses his battle, of course he does. Molotov will not reveal Masuda's position just yet, and he's good for the first kill. Makes it 2. Why stop there when Alex is right open for the taking? 3 kills back-to-back with a Deagle, and you still have no idea where the rest of this team is. For all you know, this was a lone hero, and he might just be that. Nestles away, hoping that they will make an error. Bomb's been tapped, bomb's been touched. He'll spot out the first. Zito is low, and with the smoke now down, suddenly Quinky feels uncomfortable. Knife in his hands, K might have done it. It's a matter of pure luck, and it's going to go in K's favor.
That was a really good counter flash there from Heroic just to find Stown. And that gives space for Prison to push away, and then he turns back on the Hell player. No, able to catch the frag. This would be a impeccable 1v4 if he's able to scoop it. Sus, the only player down B at the moment. But Note's going to go up A. And that's going to be tricky. First kill spotted and collected. In steps Brolin, and Note's found him as well. This is ridiculous. Fake plant, ready for the vent play. And how about that from Note?
Talk about noteworthy. What an exceptional way to get this going. An absurd clutch for Note.
On Inferno.
Knockout time not on his side, and so many angles to deal with. Quinky's won the round. X5 will take the contact. And Quinky can just play patient if it's even required. Time's just not here. Mac has been too slow. And there we go, X5 swings, K27, a flawless T-side on their debut on Cash.
Three days ago, 8 teams arrived to Stake Ranked Episode 3 to get into a brawly fight to get their hands on this trophy and the lion's share of $100,000 prize pool. A lot of emotions, some sad, some not as much. Smiles, maybe a little bit of tears, frustration, and a lot of sick headshots later, we're left with just 3 teams that will be battling it out today and Saturday for that trophy and the lion's share of the prize pool. Before we get into introducing our 3 finalists, I will give you one last reminder. This top-notch gaming PC right beside me has been here since the start of the event, and at the end of it, one of you will get their hands on it. All you have to do is go down below, click on the banner below the stream, and check out how to win this PC provided to you by the Stake Ranked Episode 3. With that being said, let's move into introducing our finalists. One of the teams that will be coming into today's consolidation final is K27. The Russian-speaking lineup powered by the, as Xiaofi put it, 3 young donks of Quinky, Cashlit, and Xido had a little bit of a wobbly start with that loss against NIP on day 1. Ever since that loss though, they've turned into this tournament's head hunters. They've been taking scalps, eliminating teams day after day after day, Wildcard, Phantom, and most recently 3D Max without dropping a single map and looking very strong going into their revenge against NIP. On the other hand, their opponents in that first best of 3 of the day will be the reigning champions of the Stake Ranked series, the team that got the trophy lifted in Season 2, and the team that has been probably playing the best Counter-Strike since the start of the event, bar one other team. NIP did concede a loss against Heroic yesterday, but regardless of it, with the performance of Academy prospect Note, they've been playing some great Counter-Strike, and I can bet you a top dollar that today they want to show their best faces and potentially get a rematch against Heroic into the grand final. And speaking of the devil, Heroic is the only team that has not dropped a game. Starting from the upper bracket, now into the best of 5 grand final later on today, with the new lineup of Brolin and Martinez and Killazu joining in their first tournament with that new 5-man lineup, plus the assistant coach and the head coach of Dodo, Heroic have reached the last step. They've lost a map in every single one of the games that they've played, but they've not dropped a series, and this is what really matters. Those are the 3 teams that are going to be heading into the battle for the trophy and the lion's share of the prize pool. We've got some very exciting Counter-Strike, starting with the best of 3 consolidation final and then moving into the best of 5 grand final. A lot of action, so let's get right into it. We've got B-Doc and Lucy to get us through the games today.
Thank you so much, Ted. Yeah, sort of brilliant intro to our grand final day here at Stake Ranked Episode 3. I was slightly distracted by the warm-up routine of K27 in the background for a moment there. They looked like they had some good energy coming into the day, and they'll need it, Brandon. A rematch versus NIP, reigning champs who have already defeated them 2-0 along this journey.
Yes, and look, it's going to be a hard one for K27, to be honest with you, but I feel like they've been really growing into this tournament. For NIP, you always know what you're going to get out of them. You're going to get good Counter-Strike, but you're also going to get over-aggression, and you might get some mini mistakes in there. But with that being said, Kaspersky, Note, even Shush at this event have been playing absolutely brilliantly. I think Snappy's had some really good calls in here. They only lost to Heroic just in the upper bracket final. For K27, they've done the lower bracket gauntlet run. They've beaten Wildcard, they beat Phantom, they beat 3D Max. They've played a lot of best of 3s on their journey here. And the fact that they're doing all of this with a substitute, it's really impressive.
Yeah, to remind the guys, it's a best of 5 to close out the day as well. So the winner of this series will then have to go battle Heroic in a potential 5-map affair. So it's a long day in the office. Here's our NIP team. Note, as mentioned, we saw kind of coming into today some of the highlights. That 1v4 from Note on Nuke was incredible. And I think that NIP could have very easily been sitting in that grand final. That could have been a 2-0 in their favor. They're looking to bounce back here. It's interesting because K27, you mentioned kind of the grind they've been on. They've played, I think, the most series here so far. They've never played 3 maps in a best of 3. They lost 0-2 to NIP, but since then it's been clean 2-0s throughout. So I don't think it's going to be as easy this time around for NIP.
No, I don't think it's going to be either. I think, as mentioned, they've just been growing into this tournament. Zido, unbelievable player. Like, he's been playing so well. I've really been enjoying just watching how good he is. Cashlid takes so much initiative with the AWP, and it's a joy to watch. And Quinky is there just to clean up anything that goes slightly wrong. Xiaofi brings all the vibes. X5 brings the calls, and his individual level is pretty decent as well. This team is now believing, and that is very scary against NIP, because this team spoke about the grinds just in this event. How about the grind over the entire season? They've been playing 3 best of 3s a day for probably the best part of 2 months. So they know what it takes. They understand that they're going to play Counter-Strike. That's all these young kids have been doing basically their entire life. A best of 3 and a best of 5, that's not going to scare them, but they need to get through NIP first.
Oh, Mirage. Okay, that's the pick that K27 go to. I thought they might lean into an Ancient instead. Maybe hoping to get that as the decider, given that Nuke is always going to get picked here by NIP. Oh, okay.
Cash?
Banning out the Ancient. They want to try and bait the Cash. Let's see if NIP want to go there or Anubis. All right, Cash decider. We've yet to see this from NIP. They've obviously kind of shifted around their veto, I think. Dust 2 was a map they played a couple of times, but it could be either they're playing the full 7 map or they're just trying to avoid that here against K27, but it means we might get to see their first game on Cash.
I know NIP have been playing Inferno recently, but that was previously their perma. So K27 also always ban Inferno, so you kind of got a free one if you're NIP. So you can just flex it. Don't want to play Dust 2 against K27? So fair. Here's the results recently from K27 on Mirage. They beat Wildcard, Echo, Ascend, Nuclear Tigers. Teams you expect them to beat. Same case for NIP, really, except with that loss to Heroic yesterday. That was a really close game, but one in which NIP had control, and then Heroic took over, and the momentum just carried them through. And for NIP, I think the biggest thing they need to battle is themselves, actually, just on their journey to reclaim this trophy, potentially in this best of 3 and in this best of 5, because the amount of low buy rounds they lost against Heroic in that best of 3 yesterday, it was easily 6 rounds or so that they lost to a low buy. That can't happen, especially when you're on a journey to try and lift a trophy.
Yeah, they definitely could have won that series a lot more confidently. We can see where we've both decided to put our backing. I've gone for NIP. I just think as the reigning champions, this is kind of like a head versus heart situation. I think just on paper, it should be NIP going to that grand final and probably winning it. But my heart wants to say K27. I think you've gone with your heart here.
Absolutely. I said it yesterday. This team is so fun to watch. I've been following them for easily over 18 months now in Tier 2 and Tier 3 Counter-Strike. I've got to back them. It's their second ever LAN. They're playing with a sub, and they're in the consolidation final. The heart wants what the heart wants, Lucy, and I want K27 to be in a best of 5 grand final.
All right, well, the stake odds, they're saying that NIP are the most likely winners here. That's not too surprising, given the trajectory they have been on, and also the head-to-head, right? Already beat them out twice. Oh, sorry, in a 2-0 fashion. That was a very different veto in that it was an Ancient pick. I guess that's why K27 didn't want to go into it again, because it didn't work last time. They wanted to bring the Mirage out. So we'll see if that makes a difference here. I definitely think Mirage is a lot more winnable for them than Ancient, given what NIP have looked like so far at this event. So I think given what they saw against Heroic, they're feeling like this Mirage, especially when, we heard from Zido in that interview yesterday. They know that they have insane aim. Like,
yes.
Obviously we talk about it, as commentators, kind of talk about these youngsters and how good they are. Xiaofi mentioned the 3 dogs, as Ted has alluded to a couple of times. They know that they have that individual skill. So they want to flex that on maps where that's possible. And that's why Mirage and even that Cash Decider, as we saw yesterday versus 3D Max, they can really do some good work.
Yeah, also look, their macro, Albino was talking about it in the interviews before we actually went live with the show. He was saying we're working on our macro quite a lot, and it's very clear, like the entry path in, especially like on a map like Cash. I think that's a really good example just to bring up, because that was the first time we ever saw K27 play Cash. Their entry path is really good, and their fundamentals are solid. They are here for a reason. They haven't just been eliminating every other team by fluke. is because this team has got what it takes. This is the potential that a lot of us commentators saw in K27 at the start of the season. And now, maybe they can realize it really early on. Our consolidation final begins here between NIP and K27, together with Stake here on our first map of Mirage. It's K27 on the T side, and they want A right now.
Okay, well, Note, who we've seen him put up some pretty incredible highlights on these pistol rounds, even here on Mirage. He's going to have to do something special. Stown here to help with Sjuush. So 3 players strong here on A. Can they hold? Well, Stown starts it well, and he's looking for another head, but it's Note. Of course, it's Note taking 2. Now it's just 2 players left for K27. Sjuush holding on towards CT. As Kaspersky coming round, Shelby wants to take some space. And it's not coming easily. There we go. That's a nice shot. Can't make it 2. And then it's Down stepping in for the final frag, and it's NIP with the pistol.
Is Note just a Dennis regen? That's ball knowledge. Noah's no. But every pistol round, he gets a multi-kill. Like, every single one. It's absolutely absurd, this kid. Something about his USP, something about his Glock. 1v4, already spoke about it on Nuke. Baited in brilliantly there, by the way. Stown taking contact over at jungle. CT as well. Taking all the contacts, completely overlooked. No, you really just don't want to do that.
We talk about the aimers on K27. I think that Note's addition has definitely elevated NIP's time to kill and pinpoint accuracy. Him and Kaspersky are a killer duo. We even talk about Stown and all he's achieved over the years. Definitely the name value here for NIP. This round doesn't have a lot to say. K27 just opt for an eco. Couple of pistols that could be threatening. But M4 looks primed to deal with these short players without too much issue. And in fact, all the M4s chiming through. There's 1 casualty. That's 1 M4 lost, in fact. Won't be recovered. So at least some damage inflicted economically. But a 2-0 start is fine for NIP.
Oh, absolutely. And keeping 4 players alive is also just completely okay. K27 just, I think, limit testing mid in this round, just seeing how much space that they can maybe get. I mean, NIP aren't going to offer up loads of fights in towards middle because they understand that it's just going to be a pistol round. You don't really want to fight them head on. Potentially, they'll do that in some following gun rounds. Down jumping, having a little look, and the spray, and okay, we'll offer up a fight. And Shelby will immediately get a headshot. Look at how quick this scaling is out of K27. The AKs are in, and so are the frags.
Yes, where Quinky's just going to be a nuisance, charging up, getting 2. Stown brought down low, and he'll get removed in a second, you think, from Zito. Oh, he's a little bit risk-averse of stepping through this smoke. Okay, now he'll start to move forward. Snappy in a ticket does see a little head, but the MP9, not really the weapon you want to use. There we go. Zito gets his, and this is an emphatic victory into this first gun round. NIP didn't have a chance to even play around a Counter-Strike here. They were just ran out and destroyed by the pace of K27 looking for these duels.
Tell you what, it's a really good adjustment from K27. Because I see Stown going to will be their right-hand side of the window. So they know he's trapped. What does that mean? It probably means that players going to come and help him, either in from connector, either in from short. That's exactly what happens. So they just accelerate. They get into connector at a really fast pace, and they just catch these rotates off. These rotates are ready to fight top middle. They're not ready to fight in towards connector. Quinky makes the most of it, all because Stown is isolated and screaming for help.
That's a little bit to the finances. Snapping onto the 5-7. It's Down, just sitting here, and he needs to be careful he doesn't get walked upon. X5 doesn't actually clear it, and no taking first contact. Oh, he's ready. He's ready, but he can't get the second, even though he's ready for that one. Shelby, what? It's as he's dropping. 2-on-3. And Kaspersky be isolated. Well, he tries to isolate his own fight and does one better. Easily handled.
Yeah, nice layer in there from NIP right at the end. Kaspersky just not deliberately committing to any fight. He's just fighting both of them. And that denies Xiaofi from taking space in towards CT. These players are just being picked off left and right. Mid-fight goes a lot better as well here for NIP. There's going to be a lot of brute forcing for K27. Like this game overall, this series is going to be very fast just because of the pace that K27 like to operate at. It's about whether NIP can handle it, not just once, but over and over and over again. Zito thought about going in towards mid-round of smoke. This is exactly what I'm highlighting. He thinks better of it for now. X5 gets flashed under. Jump away, not heard, but that one certainly is by note.
They do get their mid control. Now, in order to be careful in this corner, you can see X5. I don't know what he's up to. Just moving back and forth. All right, Zito just takes head off Snappy. And then Spursky goes down. You still got Stown stuck in here. Zito's been holding for that pick the entire time, and Zito takes 3. That's what we were seeing all yesterday from this youngster. As soon as NIP get that round back, K27 quickly answer in kind. So far, feels like every round of this map has been one-sided, one way or the other. Zito completes his quad kill through triple.
What's cool here is the game plan very clearly for K27 at the moment is smash mid as hard as you can to draw all of the rotations and all of the eyes towards the middle of the map. And then Xiaofi is trying to take lurk time-ins. Wow. Whether it's through Palace or whether it's through B-Abs. It didn't matter in this round, but Xiaofi this time was out on the B bomb site pushing towards market as Zito was taking that contact after killing Snappy, which will be relevant later on. This is fast out of NIP. Now wanting to be direct, now wanting to take the fight. X5 will now see a player over towards default. He'll drop the nade onto Stown and he'll back out.
Snappy going to progress further, would be deadly. Quinky awaits him. Xiaofi has a little look of his own, putting the pressure on across the map. Yeah, it's a scary fight for Snappy. He doesn't want to give up control because the real fight's happening over on A. X5 just gets stuck. Kaspersky gets a freebie. Xiaofi can't offer up anything in return. And Shush somehow with the UMP wins out that fight on Zito, but there's Quinky finally getting his prize, putting it into the 3-on-3.
You know everything if you're NIP. You know one's in Palace because the UMP player spotted him. Oh, and now, I mean, Xiaofi just kills Kaspersky. You know about Quinky. You should know about Cashlid. What's interesting here is that Xiaofi's clearing all of A and NIP are rotating to B. And K27 is still committed on the idea that they're going to go in towards B anyway. This is dangerous with 35 seconds left because they need to clear no. If Xiaofi gets this frag on Stown, surely you just come back. Surely. It's all clear. You know it's clear. And now this is dangerous because you give no opportunities. 23 seconds. And now you can't go back. You got to go forward. No, already repositions, but Cashin will rip his head off. That gets too scary too quickly for K27. They could have always pulled the plug and go back to A.
God, one young man with the deagle is suddenly the scariest thing in the world there.
It is when it's him.
Yeah, you can see him kind of working that one out, putting it all together. Dismisses that instant kill on the player in apps. It's good from Quinky to immediately try and find that fight after Kaspersky finds success on A. They crunch through both mid and lower, giving them the space to then work elsewhere. And now they've earned themselves a much easier round. I say, as they look to potentially move towards a bomb set with a lot of bodies in it.
Triple swing.
With other weapons to brute force it. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, a couple of kills coming in. I don't think Snappy's USP is that scary.
No. And they go in B anyway. They've realized the stack. This time they think, okay, we've actually got like over a minute on the clock. Don't really need to force the issue into these players. Also, Sjuush scoots up an AK. Snappi, this is bold to say the least, but I guess he's trying to be self-sacrificial to give Sjuush an AK and maybe a chance, because that's a free kill. And now these players are actually really disjointed away from the site, but Sjuush isn't going for it. He's just trying to do as much damage as possible. He's done that, and to be fair to NIP, this is effectively a full eco. There were a couple of pistols purchased, but they've killed 3 players. That's solid.
Yeah, kill 3 players and got yourself an AK. Doesn't feel bad at all. That'll probably end up in the hands of Kaspersky too, who doesn't have quite as much money. And probably the player you want with the rifle on the T side.
Terrorists win.
Down should have alt money as well. Will mean he won't have utility, but I'd be surprised if he doesn't want to get that out, given that Cashlet has shown his. Stan had some good moments yesterday versus Heroic. I think on Nuke in particular, he was really stand out. Didn't quite get it on Mirage, so hoping for a turn of fortune for him here.
I feel like if you're down here, you want to go for a pick that isn't middle, because I think every single round he's just been in towards window. So I'd be interested to see if he goes for an extremity play, and he is. He's going over towards this A bomb site. Exactly where K27 reside. He just plays this one a little bit more passive to maybe flash his players in ramp. Cashlet going to be careful. The flash dodged, and Quinky actually able to get a trade.
At least you get something out of that. You also know where that AWP started. Cashlet's run over with the bomb and a teammate. Join up with X5. So Snappi, who is completely alone on B, is going to have a lot to do. X5's just walked all the way out. He's seen so much. A lot of space. Snappi. This is very scary. Oh, can't quite manage. So the kill comes through. X5 on 1 HP. That is rough. And even with this kill on Shalfie, Alpha gives you the way in. Unless Snow can find something pretty quickly, but he just finds the sniper of Cashlet, which should just immediately call the round off for NIP.
This is a really good call from X5. And he understands what's happening on the map and how best to adjust. And this is a really good adjustment pool that we've seen again out of K27. Because think about what you've just seen over towards the A bomb site. You've seen, if you're the ramp players, a flashbang in and then 2 players swinging. Immediately that tells you there's 3 on A. But then you've got to think about what the setup looks like on the other side of the map. It's all well and good knowing that 3 players are on the A bomb site. But what does that mean for the rest of the round? It means that someone needs to be covering middle, and it means that only 1 player is going to be on B. And you can see if you took a freeze frame of the minimap there, Note is in window. He then gets re-smoked by Zido. That's exactly when X5 is communicating, right, we just go B. Because their timing is not going to be there. Because they got the trade as well, K27, there's still 2 players at ramp. Shalfie can be a microphone and listen for everything. And Snappi just can't believe it. He had a really good opportunity there, a really good angle, but this is such a simple call out of X5, but it needs to be highlighted because sometimes the simple calls are the best. It's just about recognizing it in that moment, because how quick was it from K27 to get the pick and the trade on ramp and then go into B? It was almost instant.
I wonder how much that round changes if X5 doesn't live on a single point of health. I'm becoming more and more convinced that, like, I don't think this is that conspiracy, it's probably true, that Valve has like really worked out the numbers of like common engagements so that it's actually quite common that people live with 1 HP. It happens almost every single game. Yeah, it would have left 2 people on B, when Note arrives, and I wonder if that den does change the dynamic of the round. Well, doesn't matter. Doesn't play out that way. Unlucky for Snappy.
Nice nade. Yeah, we don't know what would have happened, but what we do know is that Snappy didn't get the kill. Kaspersky pushing, taking contact off of his AWPer. It's down. We'll find Zido, and that's where Kaspersky strikes. Lovely setup. Bait and switch in towards middle. They're worried about under, but K27 haven't got anyone there. So now Xiaofi will start to move and try and make a play.
I like it. K27 been taking a lot of liberties in middle, not in the last round, but in pretty much every subsequent round. So NIP go for a forward setup, and they get the control now. Xiaofi's offered something back. Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Shush. Can't quite make it happen. Xiaofi able to adjust after he's been spamming out default.
Snappy's pushing B.
Oh, but the step up from Con spotted, but it was the sidearm in Stown's hands.
Look at X5. Oh, this is cheeky. X5's already going on a very, very quick flank. But so too is Snappy. It all hinges on timing. Oh, no turn back, but X5 still strikes. Stown now pushes in towards the site. Xiaofi considered ramp, but for a moment. And that allows Snappy to creep in closer, but Stown's fallen in the meanwhile. With 20 seconds left, you can still go to B. Snappy can't really cut these players off at the pass, and that lovely little jump is good info from X5. It also keeps Snappy's attention for half a second to get that bomb down on B.
What a recovery from K27 from Xiaofi, getting that double. Yeah, Snappy's not going for this. Gets his prize, the AWP. And that's just worked so perfectly, both from Xiaofi and from X5. Me highlighted it perfectly, but Xiaofi getting that second kill on Shush, unfathomable. Not only does Shush have the advantage on the peak,
Oh, yeah.
but Xiaofi's halfway spamming default at the time. He's only just kind of resetting his aim.
He's top fragging. The stand-in is crushing NIP right now. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that Shush didn't get that trade.
Terrorists win.
I think this is some of the best first half mid-round calling I've seen out of X5 all event. He's rent-free in Snappy's head right now. This is cool as well from K27 because they actually haven't done a direct A hit yet. And yeah, I assumed this was going to be the play because they've been conditioning mid so much that you can just try and overwhelm. You know that something was saved here. If you're Snappy, you're assuming it's the AWP.
Two defenders here to deal with this in Stown and Shush both stepping in for one. And not the success on the A hit that was hoped for. Stown's dropped defensive smoke just to work around. 27 brought back a similar round before. Can they do it again? Smoke has allowed Xiaofi to scale, and he's gotten close to ticket. Stown's looking for it, but I don't know if he's ready for Xiaofi to have already passed past. No. And the next 5 gets his.
No.
Xiaofi's doubled, and again, from a disadvantageous position, K27 have brought it back. A 2-on-2. Bomb's actually not committed yet. An IP fall back. Quite sure where Cashlet is.
In the previous 2 rounds, K27 have rerouted and gone to a different bomb site. That's why the defenders are split right now, because there hasn't been an immediate activation of that C4. And in the same breath, K27 are holding for a flank that Shush thought about making, but has actually parked himself over at Connector. Difficulty with this is this round largely comes down to timing, because Note is so far away from B that Shush has to get a kill. Subsequently, if he gets caught off guard as he looks back because he's doubting this, the Note will just have to save. Shush creeps in close. Xiaofi and Cashlid trying to get a crossfire on towards site. Shush gets a nice opportunity, but he's worried about CT. And actually, they've not moved whatsoever. They're just standing in the open, and then the double swing offers up the fight. There's no way K27 are going to win another round like this. Look at them. They're just standing together. That's awesome. Out of the afterplant. And K27 are winning so many rounds that they shouldn't have.
That's the power of friendship there. Just standing together. Yeah, it's unlucky for Sjuush because when he picks up from stairs, he only sees the one player, right? And they just have no info in the second. There's no way you're expecting both towards default. You think that if it's a default plant, they have to have scaled CT. That's the most logical reason you would plant there. So he gets blindsided and then they just stand in the open, making it impossible for Note to win that final duel. But again, yeah, actually say that was a 3-on-5. And it ends with 2K27 players alive.
Xiaofi is probably the best standard in the world right now, just from how important he's been in these last 2 moments. Back-to-back rounds, he's basically won the round for K27.
Xiaofi's so hyped about that one. I'm always getting out of his youngsters. Spam. Oh, not quite what he hoped for. And then Note tries to step in, and X5 does fall. Some good damage inflicted onto 2 of these players. Down. Accelerates over to B. That's the right call. We can see the splits in play. Zito caught up by Snappy. Quinky gets the trade, but are you ready for Stown? He's already moved in. He tucks in weight. Drilling his position, and Quinky falls straight into the trap. Still difficult for Stown to get anything further. There's also this lurk going on. What? Stown won that fight? Oh my god, and now Cashlead reveals himself, and he's 14 HP.
Yeah, he can't go for it. Unless he instantly kills Stown, but it's not going to happen. She could take a wide angle to jiggle, but he recognizes it. He can't really win this. So he's just going to stop. I love that out of Stown. The hiding at the bench, guaranteeing the frag. Yeah, they're there. That was so funny. I was like, look, yeah, they're right there. No, nearly. The first time they were bang on. Yeah, brilliant out of Stown. NIP needed that one because this half was quickly escaping them.
He does it all with 10 HP, gets 2 frags. Really good work. And still, gonna be a poor haul on this CT side. At 5-7, we feel a whole lot nicer. Especially if we can get that pistol. So they did get the pistol on this half, so it's been 2 gun rounds to boast for NIP.
Should have been more. Like, let's be so for real.
Yes.
It should have been a lot more for NIP. I know I picked K27 to win the series, but look, even me, I can admit, as a non-biased commentator, that NIP should have had. They should probably be the ones on 7 right now. Because the money would have been smashed as well for K27. Let's not forget that. It's a huge fight in mid-ruin. Oh, never mind. Bailed out, I suppose.
Quick reset. Looks like some sort of technical here. What's K27 looking like on Nuke when we get to that? Because that's where I do have some concerns for them. Obviously, they beat out Phantom on it, but they lost 8-13 in the opener versus NIP, and in general, their history hasn't been the best on it against kind of all tiers of competition.
Yeah, they've not been great on the T side at all, really. But what I will say is that the games that they have been losing, like they've been close, like double OT against VP, 13-9 twice against Nuclear Tigers. That's a really good team. You lost against Psycho Face, where Slaxjez, who's now on Parry Vision, dropped a 1.73 rating against you. So it's like, okay, can't do a whole lot against that. And you lost to Gentlemates, like respectable Nuke teams, in my opinion. The T sides, though, definitely need to be improved if they want to beat NIP.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Rogue did give NIP a bit of trouble on nuke-in moments.
Oh, and actually, last time they played against each other in this event, K27 got 1 T-side round on nuke.
Yeah, okay. Not ideal. Southie goes searching. Just contacts up. Oh, he's been given so much free space. Gun barrel spotted and just about adjusts up. Ashush looks back. Trade is quick from Stown. But X5 in the meanwhile gets another Stown. Ready for cash lead on that step through. The swing out sees nothing. A 3-on-3 bomb all the way over at ramp. Zito has to go get it.
This is a nice boost if they do it. This is well timed. Zito's wary about the fact that there could be a push. Instead, it's just going to be a split up from Con. Kaspersky's now got to manage all these different angles at the same time. The Stown's positioning could be everything. Look at the timing right now for Kaspersky. He's going to get caught blindsided. Yeah, caught lacking, but Stown isn't. He's found another. On for the ace. Swaps the AWP. Looks back at stairs. Flashbang was brilliant, but unfortunately couldn't connect the shot. And have another chance as they jump forward. Stown surely has done more than enough. With 30 seconds left, X5, he's going to go the long way around. He's going to go to B.
Well, let's read this. I think Stown must have seen something in the death cam that has hinted, and now the sound cue confirms it. No, can lock this in. Get NIP their 5th. Just contacts up and surely is in the perfect position to close it. Yep, there it comes. X5 steps out. Note will step.
Arguably could have been a lot more for NIP, but K27 battled back brilliantly. So many player disadvantageous situations they're able to win. Courtesy of that man on the far right. Xiaofi was brilliant. But look at this replay from Stown. He had enough of K27 in round 12. He gave it enough info for Note just to be able to clutch. CT side now for K27. They're looking to run the gauntlet at A.
It's identical Vista rounds, isn't it? Although Zito is up and active with the dualies and down. Note, of course, gets the opener. Down. Gets one as well. Xiaofi gushed and removed. It's Note with the double. Of course, X5, though, with a double of his own.
No.
Then it's Quinky getting one back and Snappy left into the 1-on-2. Oh, the entries were so clean. Snappy spotted. Wants to find this fight. And Quinky teases it, but the contact coming from every direction. Snappy overwhelmed, and K27 yet again. Every single time their backs are against the wall and they fight their way through.
He gets another multi-kill Note. He gets another multi in this pistol, and it's not enough. Look at this from X5, by the way. His second shot. See you later, Stown. Not a whole lot he could do about that. Quinky then just goes up over the contact. Absurdity of the highest degree. I know fortune favors the brave. You need a little bit of luck every now and then. But this is crazy, the amount of situations that K27 are being able to win. Look at the odds. Oh, he got naded to 15 HP and he still hits the D.
These other digs got something. And now all the rifles are stepping in. All of them, literally, all 4 players.
They want the kills.
Don't want to lose the round. Cashlid. Oh, you'll see Note. Can Note get another? He's looking for the jump peak punish. Now the slide out. looking to make this clean after losing that initial pick on B. Should be okay to do so. NIP really trying to draw blood from a stone in this round. Oh, first he does find another. So there is some value found from the Deagles.
Yeah, especially because there wasn't really any MP9s in this round for K27. It was very future-proof. There are a lot of rifles, so it is a tiny bit expensive. They are able to get the pistol, get the conversion. They're now on the right track to take their pick. You might be on the right track to win the state ranks PC. The more you watch, the more raffle tickets you earn. Full details are in the banner below the stream. Last day of it, guys. Big fight. Wow, that's ridiculous. Sjuush has got a double. And in fact, this brawl in mid has worked out fantastically for NIP. They take the fight straight to K27 and they grab all the headshots.
I think Note would have heard that step through as well. Yeah, normally K27 very eager for these fights, very happy to oblige, but doesn't work out for them this time. Sjuush gets a great double. And if you flip the names, it would have felt like it had played out when you're watching K27 on the T side. Just the amount of bodies that we're facing in each of these fights. X5, here's that jump across. Can he cause any more drama? Not with the flame in his back, and okay, that was kind of ridiculous.
He's going for it.
Now he's interested, he's got a kit.
He could sneaky defuse. He could maybe hide in plain sight in the B apartments. Oh, no, he's dropped the utility. Never mind. He thinks better of it. Fair enough.
The bigger brain thing would have been to have thrown that smoke, then walk through and defuse. You see immediately NIP started running. I think Stann would have been close enough. So 6-9.
Terrorists win.
Stann and Sjuush providing doubles apiece. One saved and 4. Now, where does that place K27 into this round?
6-9 is
3
the
and
boomer
4s.
6-7.
Yeah.
I love this from NIP. They just Snappy goes, okay, screw it. We're just going to fight mid because that's exactly what they want. And they just aren't ready for 4 players there. Brilliant. Out of Stann and Sjuush. That was a synchronized lean back in the chair. And now they're going to go A. 3 players are here. This is a nice call because you don't have the most amount of utility if you're K27. You just prioritized all the weapons, so blocking this is going to be tricky.
Zito going down, that's made it a whole lot harder. Shalfie's going to be left alone, although he has managed to find a kill and does some damage. A couple of players softened up for this scout. Rashid's not finding the mark with it. The spam ineffective on these players crossing. Still a bit scary as the bomb's yet to go down. Got 1 smoke left for Sjuush. Just going to dribble that forward to jungle. Mostly enabled the plant, but this has given Quinky some space to work with. Putting it into a 3-on-3 with 2 players less than half.
Oh, wow. That's so nice. So good. Out of Quinky, Sjuush will eventually trade, but now the health situation gets even worse. They're just going to swing together. Kashne finds the first. Ned will fall, but Stavn holds his nerve. That's spectacular. And NIP this time with a disadvantageous situation for themselves.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from NIP. To be fair to them, they did get into the site with the advantage, but K27 were finding a way back. Stavn just holds his ground, even with Kasha getting his teammate instantly. That's 2 huge rounds that Stavn has brought through. He's having a high amount of impact on this map. 18 kills, top of the server. And off that, it'll bring this game to within 1 round.
They are walking into the stack. However, it is just USPs. X5 now knows it is going to be A, though, because he's pushed all the way through B. So that will get K27 ready, I suppose. All that they're hoping for is that Quinky's Deagle can pop off.
And it gets run down.
Uh-oh. Zedo?
Okay.
What on earth is that?
Oh! Almost a third.
It's fine, right? It's all okay? It's good?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Yeah. Always a threat, isn't it? Zedo's actually had a remarkably quiet map. Had that one quad kill.
Bomb has been planted.
That was half his kills going into this round. What do you say? What are you up to?
I don't know. I thought he was going to go Palace and try and get a gun. Yeah, this is one of the moves of all time, Shalfie. You've just ended up exactly where you were.
Terrorists win.
And it's a one-round game.
Hero, no a glass cannon, so see how that goes.
This was nearly play of the tournament. You see those spray was able to connect onto a third. But alas, it wasn't.
Ooh, hello, little window. Can't quite utilize it.
Where is Shalfie? Okay, he's short with the AWP.
Also has B written all over it, so the AWP will be in position. The difficulty is if he gets bombarded with utility or has to hold against any fast-scaling players out the window. So Quinky needs to step up as that site anchor when this hit comes in.
Oh, and now he gets wind of it. Drop the smoke forward. We'll be able just to get out. Shalfie will find no, and then through the smoke goes down. That's only to his demise. NIP might need to rethink plans as the spray, oh, is so close to connecting onto Kaspersky. He doesn't actually shy away from it, and maybe he should, because he's just been dinked.
Love that from Quinky. That smoke looks a little risky, but actually lands so perfectly because he then runs away and Sound thinks that, all right, I've got time, I can walk out onto Balg. This player's fallen back. I can try and punish. Quinky just runs straight back in. Completely catches off. The smoke then prevents a trade. And now you're saving if you're NIP. You don't want to give away what you've got and the money not there with the loss bonus. So K27 will find double digits of this AWP, last cannon, and then Quinky's great hold.
And yeah, the fact that you don't lose the AWP either means that Shalfie can just buy armor and then give it to Cashlid. They can just trade guns. Unless he's feeling himself now, he's got that kill, but I doubt that will happen. There you go, immediately swaps over. Gets the head armor. Important round for NIP. If they lose this, not only is it 11-8, but they'll have no money. They'll have to just be playing for overtime. It's a really important round here, round 19. been wanting to do. That is fast plays in towards middle, or just going for executes off rip. There hasn't really been any of this conditioning being put forward. There hasn't really been a direct area of map control they want to get in every single round. The stake odds are now with K27 to win the best of 3, by the way.
That's actually crazy.
That makes sense if they win Mirage, because obviously there'll be one map up.
Yeah. Gotta win it, though. So far going a lot better than Ancient did. NIP on the crawl through lower. Take mid from a different angle. And might go for a boost into window. There's definitely space to do that at the moment. But Zito is close by. He's got a lot on his plate at the moment because mid has been conceded. Yeah, I think Zito is sus on this.
The issue is whether he looks directly in the corner or he looks up the ladder. There are imposters right in the middle, and Zito will walk straight into it. 40 seconds. X5 has a glance in towards middle, obviously knows about the players here. And actually, yeah, ladder was shot out. So Kaspersky just gets boosted. Cashlid now needs to hold his nerve on this speed bomb site. First kill is his. Still holding for short. Quinky helps out too, but he's not ready for the progression to Stown. 2 versus 3 if K27 wants to give this a go, but their money is not the best.
Cool round from NIP. The double boost and then just collapsing on towards B, but I'm a little curious about K27. They were just completely in the dark that entire round. They had no kind of information gathering. There was 2 players playing ticket and triple on A, so very passive lines. Zito alone in jungle, and then a player deep B with the AWP, and one kind of tucked in short. There was just no sight lines anywhere, not even on con, really. It was being jiggled to triple. So it's curious they fall into such a passive setup. I mean, NIP are happy to oblige, taking that space freely, and I love the way they do it. But I'm surprised to see K27 falling into that sort of setup.
If they're playing that passive, then Zito shouldn't be peeking jungle like this. He should be outside of the murder hole holding the cross. That's the way I see it anyway. Because you're right, you're just giving a lot of opportunity for NIP to have isolated fights. Double layering it in towards underpass. No. Oh. We'll find Zito, but can't find Cashlid. But
That was not the way that fight was going to go. Oh, no. Baited, but X5? What's he up to? Oh, spotted. Gets his kill. Snappy with the trade. 2 on 2. But he is open. Quinky's fast on the way.
Oh, he'll get there.
Chaffy's low.
He will get here. And Quinky. Oh. This is devious. Fake plant. Quinky starts searching, but Snappy's holding. That's awesome. From the in-game leader. That's such an important round out of Snappy. Not only does he get the trade on X5, he then finds that follow-up kill. That's pure brain power. Giving NIP the stabilizing round and shattering this economy at K27.
Very good from Snappy. Plays that to perfection, especially because he's alone there. At least in that moment, waits to really see if he can draw someone out. And those rounds coming through have completely shifted the dynamic of this map. As you mentioned, that's not good for where K27 is sitting. They're gonna have to concede 11. I should have the AWP into the next round. And IP should be stepping into the lead unless Shalfie can do something phenomenal.
Or Zido. Here comes the hit. And not the commitment yet. You now know the AK's over here towards the safe bomb site. They're still going to burst anyway. Zido overwhelmed, and so too is Cashlid. Beautiful adjustment. Out of note. Shush will find Shalfie. And NIP will silence this round. They're going to take the lead. They've truly weathered this storm.
They run them over. This T-side from Snappy has been so good.
Snappy misport the scout again? Oh no, I know what he's doing. I'm trolling so hard. He's using it. If we go to Snappy's POV for a lineup, and then he sells it and buys an AK. Oh, I've only just clocked it. Yeah, there you go. Sell AK. That's what it was.
Sometimes it's so big brain. Takes a second to work out.
I remember. I'm just gonna go A again. Wow, look at this.
Come on, Zido. Oh, Zido's so low, actually.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. Bombarded by utility in middle, I think. So he's gonna have a rough time of this. Shalfie, it's gonna be mostly onto him. Zido just tucks down. Quinky actually gets the first kill. And alleviates some pressure. Not much defensive utility here for the CTs. Zido removed. That was inevitable, it felt, but Quinky's found a double. And you still have Shelfie waiting to play off triple. Yeah, there we go. Guess who's killing Kaspersky? And weasels his way forward. Can't get another. Snappy noted with the C4. He steps back, doesn't want to lose his life, and leaves down in a 1v3. Nade to allow Stown to step over. That's a risky swing onto Quinky, who's holding for it. Yeah. Difficult one for Stown and a harder one now for Snappy. Quinky's found a triple. Snappy knows the player's jumping here. Maybe he can catch out Quinky. He's lost his timing now. Quinky completes his quad kill and K27 ties up 11-11.
What a round out of Quinky. Like that felt like there was a lot of pressure being put forward there. Zido's on low HP, eventually gets spammed, but basically he can't play. Like he's trying to play the Joker role at the moment on that CT side, where he's just trying to live for as long as possible and then activate, get a kill. That's how he got tagged on the cross to Con. It's okay, because Quinky's the bailout, and it also was perfect bait for Shalfie. What an angle he holds as well, just to punish the stairs player. That's 11 rounds each, and you could argue that whoever wins this round wins the map, just because of the way the economy is. And it's the first time we've seen K27 take aggression in towards an extremity. A double push down ramp. They've got the info. They're both going. They've both left A and they're pushing. No shot.
One goes back. A double push is ridiculous.
Crazy at this stage of the game.
Shush is holding it. Okay, so Shalfie's going to go alone. And Shush is no longer holding. Delay util. I like this. The smoke's dropped. This will give Shalfie that window to keep moving forward. He's guaranteed this kill on Down. He doesn't need to commit any further. He's already created the problem.
Zido let them go. Zido let them walk past it. He might be backstabbed by Snappy in a minute, but it doesn't matter. It's now a 5-on-2, and Zido wins the fight anyway. This is ridiculous. The one time K27 push an extremity is the one time NIP aren't in A. And Zido will hold his nerve. Has been quiet in this map. You were bang on the money. But right when his team needs him, he steps up with a massive multi-kill. And now NIP are all at C. Look at the investment. It's an AK, it's MAC-10s. It's dire straits.
Yeah, Snappy throws an AK to Stown, giving him the primary weapon to get the job done. What a call from K27. Oh, and Sjuush just gets spammed out immediately. Quinky gets a free opener, and it's a 5-on-4.
And that disincentivized you from going into B as well. They took ramp control again, by the way. Oh, and then the nade as the follow-up. Cashlid holding the top of Catwalk. A boost up to maybe see into jungle. Zido. Oh. Won't get traded, neither will Cashlid. A molly in towards the window to stop the jump up. Zido's now got to be careful of Con. There's so many players and it just easily walks into the angle like there's no one there. Shalfie now hoping to take contact late. Snappy's going on another adventure. He's in towards the window. He's jumped out of it and he's found Quinky. Good trade out of X5. You still don't know about Shalfie. He's trying to be that lurk. He's trying to be that guy just to make things happen. 4K27. Is he going to clear Stown? Yes, he is, but he can't handle him. And it feels like we might be going to overtime. Essentially because X5, the in-game leader, is put into a really tricky task. But he's all the way in Palace.
There's just no chance. Stown, not planted for him. Wait, is there a chance? Is there a world? No, X5 doesn't clear Note, and he goes down. And it's OT. Stown provides the critical frags, and somehow NIP win that round. From a 4-on-5 with Stown on half HP, Zido gets caught, and it all crumbles.
Zido just... I don't know what happened there. His brain switched off. He just didn't look at Connie. He just didn't expect him to be there. Maybe he thought that smoke was a little bit deeper than it actually was. And he was protected. He wasn't. And how poetic is it that NIP come back to win the disadvantageous round? Because how many times on that T side did K27 do it? Shalfie can't believe it. Neither can NIP and Sjuush. But the reality is we need more rounds here in our first map of this consolidation final.
Stown gets aggressive. Look at Quinky's angle. That might be one you're not ready for. Cashlid gets the first flashbang, so good. So immediately 2 openers. They're not cheap HP-wise, 4K27. It's the names at the top that matter. The boost up, Quinky. Oh, he slides in and he's going to be looking for Snappy. Yeah, lovely from Quinky. Surely unable to let this one slip. Oh, wow. How often do you see that shot connect? And don't give Stown chances. Quinky misses the mark. Oh my God, he thought about it and it was inches away.
Oh my gosh. Shalfie's in Palace. Stown going to be ready for this. He's more paranoid about TV room. When does Shalfie play? Surely on the contact of the cross. X5's just holding it. 30 seconds. Whilst it looks unwinnable, every round is. There's always a chance. Shoulder to shoulder, Stown and Sjuush boost up on towards the stairs as well for the rifler. So he goes searching for clues. Stown caught on the cross. This now should be the round locked in because Shalfie can just swing in from Palace. Crisis averted for K27.
Such an important kill there from X5 because that bomb goes out in the smoke. Shalfie can't deny it, and maybe there could have been some sort of chaos in that round. They'd like to convert these next two. They only got 3 gun rounds in the entirety of their CT side.
Can't believe Quinky didn't kill him. Yeah, no, his eye is so wide. Oh, that's funny. What's the plan for NIP? Hold for aggression. Yeah, this could be nice. However, Xiaofi doesn't push past the barrier. Kaspersky, he's going to try his best now. Stan will find X5. That's a massive kill. B's completely open. B was only defended by 1 player.
Yeah, they don't know that, though, is the thing. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Xiaofi does get 1 back, but it comes at a cost, and yeah, I think this might just be the round. He's not fantastic in OT. Does that kill change things?
I'd say so.
It's down here that.
I don't think so. Because Note is still paranoid right now about market. There's going to be double layering towards apartments. You haven't got any utility to clear this out if you're K27. So Snappy's in a brilliant angle. Utility being dropped, trying to keep Note's attention. It all hinges a lot on what Snappy can provide. How about that one? And Cashdid will fall too. It's just up to Zido. They know where he is. And Stan can lock in and train on his position. He's nearly at 30 kills as NIP break even once more.
Stan's having a brilliant map. Great opener onto X5, just searching with the AWP. Oh, yeah, brilliant opener. He's hitting some serious quick shots, his Stan. Looks like he barely had a second to counter strafe to make that accurate. And Note combining on this B-bomb site. And NIP make it 2.
All just focuses around window. Are you ready for ladder? Maybe it might not even matter. Look at this from Kaspersky. He heard him run away. And now he's just going to slink straight into market. Now you can just go B, and he can hold the timing of this kill. He doesn't immediately need to take it. He can wait. X5? Oh, hello. You guys ready to go? Sure, I am. He'll take the frag.
Brilliant. Here's that runaway, knows what to do. Zido helps out his teammate, but that's Quinky now noted in short. So a 4-on-4, but with no position. And no kit. So that's a problem. Cashdid also doesn't have armor. So Team Money, a serious problem. They have to move fast. They have to move now. They have any chance in this. Note steps in. How many more can he make it? Almost 2. Stan gets his, and this will be 2 for NIP on this T half of OT.
I feel like they needed it, but in the same breath of that, remember how many rounds in regulation NIP should have won on that CT side, but didn't. I think now they've been able to force it into OT. They're probably going to take the map, but at least that's what it feels like right now. K27 needs a bit of inspiration. They need one of their individuals, one of their star players to deliver for them.
The fight in middle, scaling quickly is X5, really quickly. Walking through this smoke could be a problem. Kaspersky just gets Zido over the top. K27 looking for fights, but it feels like NIP are ready for them. X5 just pauses. Shush catches Xiaofi. Fight's not going the way the K27 hoped for.
No. This is a little bit uninspiring. Beautiful angle. He doesn't get the kill, but he's still... Oh, I was going to say baiting Shush. Nice shot out of Quinky. Wait. Not again. Surely not again, K27. I'm just getting scared because it feels like every man disadvantaged. They've got a chance. There's another. And Cashlet is traded onto Snappy. 1 versus 2. Out of absolutely nowhere, but Note steps in with the crouch peek and gives NIP safety and points them in the direction of the finish line. One more round. And they've got 2 chances to do it.
Looking good for NIP. It might have only been 3 gun rounds during regulation, but it should have been so many more. K27 not allowed to steal that one back. Snappy. There's the jump. Looks above that smoke. Kaspersky gets up close. And it's a very forward setup in towards middle. Flashbang's good. Kaspersky under pressure. Now X5 comes out with the kill. Snappy not watching it, and it's a free opener.
And Adoni does a little bit on towards Shush, but the molly's too deep. So he can just sit here, and where he's dropped that smoke, you don't know whether the molly's actually affected him. X5's on a mission. That mission is to get rid of Snappy, and he's done it. And Shalfie's found another. This is going to go the whole distance. Unless
you go into B where Note is, and he lands you.
Zito's
got him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the idea, though. I like the storyline. But no. We need every round in overtime.
For both these teams, they win the first round. You know, T on that CT side. And immediately it kind of stings in finances when you lose the next. At least they've got that 1 kit. And K27 boasted. Slower from the T side.
I was going to say, little do they know, if they just ran in towards B, they'd only have to just jump over an AWP angle. Felt like that's what they were gearing up to do. In fact, it might still be what they want to do. But if you contact in, Stown will kill you. This angle is very good for a sniper. They've got something planned here. Good molly. That's important info for NIP. Player lurking under. This bomb will reposition. Snappy has stepped in over towards short. I'm enjoying the mid crunch as well from NIP. But Note will find X5, and there's that shot out of Stown.
Does it all end here? Stown firing off shots. Snappy in short. Doesn't get his in. Cashlet removes Note. Still Stown. Oh, never mind. Hits the deck. 3 blisteringly fast kills come back the other way, and they don't stop. Sure, the openers come their way, but every kill after is K27 onto NIP as we go OT2.
And they really wanted to go B. They made that decision that they wanted to smash that site. And they end up walking into it, and look, it's way more reinforced than you could possibly imagine, and they still get the kills anyway. That's classic K27. I mean, look at the openers here from Quinky and Cash, and he can't believe it. There's just so many players there instantaneously out the site. That's awesome from Cashlet and Quinky. And we go again. Oh!
Ouch. Oh, Zito, you've got a fight coming your way. Flash dodged and bullets not. Oh, X5 wanted a slice at it, and well, it doesn't go his way either. Straight to the grinder. Not the good kind. Stealthy left to the 1-on-5. And he gets removed, so NIP keep it clean. CT rounds have been a premium. Getting the first feels good.
And this was the way that NIP were wrestling back some of those rounds at the end of regulation in the first half. They were the ones being aggressive. They were the ones taking the initiative. That's diabolical from Stavn.
Oh my goodness.
Fighting mid, perhaps. Break on the smoke. No. Really wants to fight forward. Oh! Yeah, he gets punished.
Two big openers and a missed chance, but Sjuush gets his. Kaspersky can't follow through. Quinky has just seen Sjuush, so he should be able to just walk into the back lines. Oh, yeah, it's down. He's still lying in wait. You know that AWP was present here. Sjuush has somehow avoided Quinky, but Quinky continues to progress forward, and we'll get him in a second. There it comes. Now the bomb can come round. K27 will get that first T round in OT.
It's just the same thing over and over again. One team gets CT-sided round initially, and the other team replies with a T-side round of their own. Going by that logic, K27 should get the second. But NIP, if they break that trend, that could be the way forward. That could be the way to win in this map. Our first map of a consolidation final here, by the way, guys. This is a best of 3. The winner of this then has to play a best of 5, and it's OOT map 1.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day in the office. No matter who it is.
Whoa!
Oh, those nades. They do some serious damage.
Look at how patient this is now from K27. They're just widespread all over the map. And they're waiting to see if NIP are going to pounce. There will be that opportunity coming in towards A. Push down ramp. How far do they go? And will they walk into Cashlid? It looks likely. Kaspersky spots him, and more importantly, on that mini-map, he would have seen the bomb.
It doesn't budge the setup, though. They're happy keeping 2 players rooted heavily in B. Maybe they made the right call, because the bomb, knowing that it's spotted, is going to go back to B. NIP reading the mind game. Snappy calling for that pause. However, reinforcements are very far away if this is B.
The issue you've got is that you're just executing into a bomb site you have no info on, and there's no split. It's so one-dimensional. So this crossfire could be brilliant. Oh, no way! Quinky has just deleted Note in mid-air. Snappy will find a double. That's a lot out of the in-game leader. And maybe, just maybe, there's a chance. But as you say, rotations so far away. Sjuush dropped in his tracks by that molly. Bomb down. Xiaofi pushing forward. Quick scope out of Stavn. Necessary, but not completed. 2 versus 2. Trade on Kaspersky. Picks up the AWP. One's in short. One's in sight. Important 1v1s that Sjuush can't win. Kaspersky back to the AK. Time not on his side. Smoke not available. The bomb not planted for short either. So that's going to make things tricky. That's going to make things stressful. But as he gets naded and peppered down, K27 know that they've got the time to work with. And they're able to get another round here on this T side.
Yeah, almost like the only thing Kaspersky could do there was just stick it and hope for the best. Crazy entry from Quinky. And I love that molly in mid. That was so good. Sjuush forced to rotate elsewhere. Just flying through the air. Obscene. And again, 2 T rounds. That's the standard. That's what K27 again provide. A. 4 players ready to go.
Oh. The 3 players ready to go for K27. Peek in. Oh, easy kill. A snapshot out of Cashlid. And now Sjuush is just burning alive, and he doesn't realize how much he's cooking because of the flashbangs. Counter utility. Absurdly brilliant from K27. And whilst Cashlid gets forced off the AWP angle, NIP's decision remains the same. They want to go in towards ramp, and look at how fast the flank is from Quinky.
Yeah, he might just pause it here. Does he really want to keep moving? This hasn't been the commitment yet. He's just charging in. Okay, Sjuush didn't hear him. He paused at the right time. Sjuush does come back. Quinky might get caught by this. No, he's thorough on it. HP advantage. And now he just parks. You got everything covered. I'm surprised X5 still at B. I guess they never saw the bomb, but now the tap tells you what you need to know. Not committed. And so uncomfortable, but Snappy finds a headshot. A risky plant. Real risky. Yeah, I guess gets punished by the double CT swing.
I'll tell you what, what's beautiful here from K27 is the fact that the CT players never swung off all those taps of full the contact. Quinky moves back around from ramp over in towards catwalk. That's why Snappy feels like it's safe to plant there, because Sjuush died to Quinky. You know that the AWP is over at con. Where are these other 2 players? Well, they're not swinging when we've been on the site the entire time. No players peeking. It is beautiful patience from K27. It's lulling NIP into a false sense of security. It's Xiaofi that strikes again. And it's now K27 with 2 chances to close.
Position they've been in. Two sides have been supreme. NIP. They've got the opportunity. Xiaofi, the break, looks for the fight and finds it. He wanted some more. That 4 HP needs to get out of there, and he will just about get away.
Now you don't need to overstay your welcome in towards middle if you're K27. That's why you see Quinky just give it a little bit of a shoulder. Xiaofi's already run around, and NIP understand that there's going to be space here. Someone needs to come back and consider this. Cashlid's got his knife out. So that's an easy kill for Note. He's going to try and be a nuisance maker. I'll let NIP figure out where they want to go, because it isn't as clear-cut as going in towards B. Yeah, they're going to go in towards A. Zido overwhelmed. So now X5 has got it all to do. They don't clear him, at least not directly. Bomb faked out, taps, but Sjuush still hits the headshot. Another good understanding of space from NIP is going to keep them in the contest.
Xiaofi just sprints through, right? And I think all of that is heard by Note, and they just know what to do in this situation. So many times they've had that sound cue of a player running market, and they just walk through. We saw Kaspersky do it in regulation. It's done again here by Note. That boost has been abused. If you take your eyes off it, NIP will take advantage. It's so hard to split these teams right now.
Terrorists win.
This is exactly what you want, though. The top 3 teams at the event all competing and showing us how competitive they are. We could be in the realm of triple overtime.
Well, X5 not happy with that miss there. Nice movement. Sound searching over on B. X5 is not going to oblige him that opener that he's found before. In fact, a nade lands on Stout.
Here we go again. I thought he was going to try and take another time in. With the reposition out of K27, you've got 2 players that are deliberately holding jungle. They've fallen off of ramp. Xiaofi is now looking to be baited in over towards connector. You're relying an awful lot on this setup if you're K27. If this setup doesn't work, you lose the round and you need another OT.
No, we've got the double AWP as well. X5's holding B with one. He's been caught. Snappy just spams him through the smoke, and then Zito flies out. X5's AWP does get a frag. So Note is dispatched of. And Spurs is going to hear this. Again, the sound cues are giving NIP everything they want consistently. But still, Shalfie never budged, never moved, and neither has Kashlid. Neither of these players has moved in a minute and a half. And it might just pay off. Bomb drop, 20 seconds. And it's in towards short. Kashlid ready for Shush. And despite the great kills from NIP, the positions, it's Kashlid and Shalfie holding their ground. That's going to do it. Kashlid completes 3, and K27 complete Mirage.
That's ridiculous from K27 because that round, it felt like they were giving it over to NIP. It really were. X5 gets a singular kill over towards that B bomb site, and Kashlid just never turns round. That's absurd. Shalfie, as you say, stood his ground. They knew that they had to hold that crossfire because there wasn't instant activations out on either extremity. Another understanding of what's going on in the map, but jumping out the window like that, diabolical. But they are able to close. Ridiculous map 1 to this consolidation final.
Yeah, we got performances out of everybody. You'll see through
Yes.
these stats here just how close this was contested. Like, it's going to have both teams featuring heavily in each. An even split here. Quinky and Stown, 32 and 33 kills between them. But then you had Shalfie, Kashlid, Zito, X5, all of these players with above 20. Shalfie at 28. So plenty of frags from everybody. Kaspersky, Note having good moments. It was a real delight. Look at the opening kills being provided there from NIP. Was that 8?
8
that
from
I just
Note,
saw pop
yep.
up from Note. Yeah, brilliant from him.
33 kills for Stown, 32 for Quinky. Like, everyone was having a really good game, as you say. And of course, the stats going to look a little bit inflated when it is double overtime. But everyone had a moment. And that was really great to see. What a fantastic map 1 of our